Okay, see Lindelof videos. Double angles formulas to verify trigonometric IDs. This is actually part three. This is part three I'm doing. I've only been doing one question in each video. One, to keep it short, and two, just so we can focus on this. This problem that we're going to do is a little bit more difficult. So we're going to prove using a right-hand proof, I'm sorry, a left-hand proof, that sine of 2t minus tan of t is equivalent to tan t cosine 2t. So remember, when you do these proofs, you leave one side alone and you prove it by manipulating the other side. I'm going to be manipulating the right hand side. All right, so here we go. Wish me luck. This is like my third time trying to make this video because it's kind of a pain in the neck. I know through double angle formulas, which you should have memorized by now hopefully, that sine 2t can be rewritten as 2 sine t cosine t. So this is my replacement value. This piece right here, replace with this. This negative sign is this one. But I also know that tan t is, through fundamental identities, is the same as sine t over cosine t, right? And that's all equal to this junk on the other side. Tan t cosine 2t, right? So I'm going to multiply this term right here by cosine t over cosine t. So we have common denominators, and that will give us 2 sine t cosine squared t minus sine t all over cosine t. And believe it or not, we've done the most difficult part, I think, cosine 2t, right? First thing I'm going to do, you see how we have a term, we have a factor of sine here and a factor of sine here. So I'm going to factor out sine. So I'm going to factor out a sine t, and that leaves us 2 cosine squared t minus 1 all over cosine t. There's a reason that I put this under here, and you'll see it in just a second, is equal to this junk on the other side, right? Cosine 2t. And I know from another identity, I happen to know, and so do you, that 2 cosine squared t, I was going to write t, minus 1 is equal to cosine 2 theta. And cosine 2 theta is something I'm looking for over here. Sorry, this should be t. I apologize. But can this just be t? That's t, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this sine t over cosine t, which is tan, right? Right? Times, right? I'm going to take this value right here. This is what I'm doing exactly here. I'm taking this value right here, and I'm replacing it with this. So times cosine 2t, right, is equal to tan t cosine 2t. And this is not cosine squared t, it's cosine 2t, right? Finally, we know that sine over cosine is tan, so we have tan t, and we also have, right, this, I can't believe I just did that, sorry. Just did it again. Is equal to cosine 2t is equal to, and it is, this junk over here. And if your professor asks you for your proof, this proof is called, this right here is proof through something called the reflexive property. Reflexive property, right? A mirror. All right. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. If you have questions or comments, let me know. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And also, please remember, if you have questions that you'd like to have answered, let me know, because you guys actually come up with the most interesting stuff for me to do. So thanks. Peace.